Already some time I keep my eye on UMI. Yes, they copycat Xiaomi philosophy, which is well known and proven to be good for end user. So today we are looking at UMI Touch, which is a mid-range device with a promising look and decent hardware. Do I also need to mention price, which is tempting. UMI Touch is packed with the usual mid-range specifications from China. MediaTek entry, octa-core processor, 3GB of RAM for smooth multitasking, 16GB of internal storage which is expandable. UMI is a dual SIM device, and here also you can use one SIM slot for a microSD card. Excellent design is tempting always. We see that a lot of care is taken to make the device desirable. When you look device from the front, that full black look won't leave anyone uninterested. Nearly full metal build with chamfered edges to catch your eye. This is something that I like. Simplicity combined with quality, which leads to success. Looking closely at top, we see in-call speakerphone grill. Voice calls sound excellent. It is loud enough, you won't have any complaints about that. Proximity and ambient light sensors are present. 5-megapixel front-facing camera with front LED light is also here. Let's speak a bit about its quality. We have a usable front-facing camera. It is a decent unit which will in general satisfy selfie lovers. A bit washed out colors but not too much. Overly sharp enough, when you sum it up it is totally usable. LED light is weak and it can help in total dark, but it leaves a lot to be desired.
This is a front-facing camera video test. I hope you can judge from this sample how much the video quality is good.
Focusing at bottom, there are two capacitive touch buttons, or better to say dots, with backlight. At the middle there is a hardware button which is also a fingerprint scanner. All buttons perform good, touch feedback is nice in both hardware and capacitive variants. What impressed me a lot is a fingerprint sensor. It works perfect. Yes, it is not slow, it is not inaccurate. It hits like a truck. It is fast, accurate, and I like it. Real joy to use, and this is how it needs to be done. Screen is 5.5 inches with resolution of 1920 by 1080. I can't say the bezels are super thin. They aren't. I find them appealing and not disturbing at all. Screen itself is pleasant in every possible way. Bright enough with good color representation and also viewing angles which are excellent, as you can see. Outdoor performance is something standard for IPS screen. It is usable, but it will not shine like AMOLED screen. Overall, I really like screen on UMI Touch. It is well fitted with already good overall package. On the top of the device, we see a 3.5mm audio jack. Audio quality is good, there weren't any problems with audio reproduction. It is loud and clear. At the bottom we see lonely micro USB port for charging and synchronization. Tiny hole is microphone. People with who I was speaking confirmed that they can hear me really well and loud. So microphone is doing a really good job. Looking at right hand side we see a volume control buttons with sleep and wake button. Buttons are made of metal and feel great on touch. I don't have any complaints about them. At the left hand side we see just a SIM tray slot. It can accept 2 micro SIM cards, and slot 2 can be used for a micro SD card for internal memory expansion. Finally, looking at the back, we see a beautiful unibody design, starting from chamfered edges from the front, giving all around beautiful look with a lot of tiny details. I need to say that only top and bottom part are made of plastic. These are places where Wi-Fi and GSM antennas are placed. I can confirm that it improves reception. phones with full metal body usually have a worse signal reception. Middle part of the back and whole front frame are made of metal, giving device that premium feel and look. At the top end we see a 13 megapixel f2.2 camera. It uses a Sony EMX328 sensor. Dual tone LED is also present. Quality of pictures taken is one of the best in this segment. I managed to get pretty clean images with a lot of details. Generally accurate colors and white balance. Untouched still and video samples are provided, so you can check out a video description and see them by yourself. Downside is that camera UI is plain with generally slow focusing speed, which can be irritating on moments. Other than that, camera performed well and again one of the best in this segment. At the bottom part we see a speakerphone grill. It is mono unit which produces loud and clear sound. UMI Touch comes bundled with Android 6 out of the box, and that is something. My experience with Android on this device is really good. Device performed really smooth. It didn't stop impressing me with features, zero bloatware and great optimization. Multitasking is working really pleasant. To correct myself, not pleasant, it is great. Accepting every command nearly instantly. You can put your happy face on, because that was my feel every time I take in hand UMI Touch and start using it. Minimalistic design of Android 6 combined with device snappiness will instantly bring smile on your face. It is worth noting that when I got a device, I had 5 updates to install. I always say that is good. Fixing things and optimizing is always welcome. Looking at benchmark results, we get a usual result in this department. But what I want to note is that if you are a gamer and if you are in tight budget, always look at device with 720p screen, because you usually get a lot better performance as chipset have a lot less pixels to render. Speaking about gaming, I will start with the usual Asphalt game, and we can see that it is choppy. It lags a bit, but it is playable, and if you lower graphics settings it gets a lot better. What I want to bring up here is that on 1080p screen with this particular chipset you can't expect to get 100% fluid performance on graphic demanding games, but they will be playable, that is for sure. From video samples provided you can judge by yourself, can you handle this or not. If you want to know what I think, as not hardcore gamer, it is good enough for me. Battery is rated at 4000 mAh, but in my testing I got around 3600 mAh. Also charging was slow with just 1.5 amperes output to accept. Keep in mind that bundled charger have 1 ampere output, giving a charging time from 0 to full to be more than 3 hours, which is kinda a lot. And that is a thing which I didn't like, but I liked everything else. Battery percentage dropped slow, either while using it or in standby. I believe that UMI polished up device with updates, which ends up with decent battery life. Geekbench battery test provided 8 hours of battery life, which is just mediocre if we compare it to other devices. My personal experience was that I didn't have problem with UMI Touch battery life at all. It was bringing me a full day of decent usage with some juice left at the end of the day. So overall I can't say that battery is bad. To conclude things, UMI Touch have its special spark in sea of phones in this segment. I will highlight few things as build quality and design philosophy. If you're a fan of this kind of design, UMI Touch is an excellent option. System optimization and performance in general are excellent. There is no need to speak about it a lot, it just works how it should. We have a really good camera, a bit slow at focusing, but in general picture quality is at top in this segment. Overall, I like UMI a lot. Again, I will say there are a lot of options in this price range to choose. In the end, it is just important what phone you like more. If you are interested in UMI Touch, you can check it out on GearBest. There are links in description. In the end of this review, I really hope you enjoyed watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and if you have any suggestion or question, feel free to ask. We are all here to help each other. Until next time, guys, see ya!